Hello, how are you doing today?
Hey, Miwas, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So, first of all, can you please tell us about the deeper meaning behind your song? Because it is in English and we can understand it, but is there any deeper
Yeah.
meaning?
Yeah, so basically, when I wrote the song in June at the writing camp, I was going through a lot of new things. I was about to turn 20. I was living away from home. And at the same time, I had this possibility of maybe going to Eurovision, you know? And for me, that was like huge because I grew up being a fan of it. And everything was going a little crazy, but I told myself, or what I told also to my co-writers, I was like, no matter what happens, I just want to stay grounded and I want to stay true to who I am and to myself. And so that's exactly what I think we captured in the song. So Mother Nature kind of acts as a metaphor. But again, I was also a nature kid when I was younger. So it was like a good way to bridge my two, like Mother Nature as a metaphor, but also as a literal meaning. And also because, I study in London, but I was born and raised in Luxembourg, and my parents are Slovenian. I always kind of had this question, okay, where do I belong? Where can I stay really grounded and at home? And I realized, well, one thing that all these countries have in common is nature. And I think nature is a good place to go when you want to stay, when you just want something calm and peaceful
Yeah,
and to stay grounded.
why did you decide to participate in Luxembourg Song Contest this year? Was it always a goal or was it more like a
Yeah.
spontaneous decision?
I think, so Luxembourg came back 3 years ago now, I think, or two and a half, I would say, in 2024. And I remember when that news first came out, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But at the time, even though I could have seen myself, it was, it was a dream to be part of Eurovision at some time in my life. But in 2024, when it first came back, I was like, whoa, that sounds super cool. It could be an option for the future, but I wanted to just further grow on my craft and on who I was also as a person. Because when I applied for this year's Luxembourg Song Contest, I was 19, so I was still quite young, and I was like, if I go into something like this, I want to be confident in who I am, and in my song, and in how I sing, and in how I am with others. And this year just felt like I had reached a time where I was just feeling good with myself and with how I wrote music. And I said, okay, let's try. There's nothing to lose. And crazily, I came through. But for me, it was always more about just like playing for people, no matter where it is. And the fact that this can now be through Eurovision is crazy.
Yeah, really. So in recent years, Eurovision tends to have more songs in their native language than in English, but your song is in English. Why was it so important to you to sing in English instead of German or French, maybe?
Well, even though I do speak French, I do speak a little bit of German. But I grew up, actually, this is something that's quite unique to Luxembourg, is that there's a lot of Luxembourgish speakers, French speakers, German speakers, but there's also a lot of international students or just people, expats who come from other countries to Luxembourg, and often that language that we use is English. And I also grew up in an international school, so a lot of the time my primary language of speaking was English. And so I also find it easiest to write in English, even though I love French and I love German. It just came to be that I always felt more comfortable writing in English. So for that fact, and then also the second fact was that I guess more people can understand the message of the song. But I think, the primary reason was just because it was easier for me to write in that language.
Yeah, that's great. So after the Luxembourg Song Contest final, in the internet appeared accusation of plagiarism, which were denied later. How did you react when you
Yeah.
firstly saw them? And tell me, please, how did the whole situation of this like plagiarism
Yeah.
accusations look like from your side?
Honestly, it's funny that you ask, because the first week I was really worried because I was like, no, I don't want people to think that I would copy someone else, because that was not the case and it never was. And I was like, I don't want other people to think that I copy someone else. I really care about my work and how I write and what I write. And then I just realized after being a bit sad about it, I was like, actually, I know it's not plagiarism. And we had checked it with professionals. And I was like, actually, and I saw this quote by Zara Larsson where she said she wanted more haters because that means you get more lovers. And then even though there was people hating, I was like, well, amazing, because it's bringing a lot of attraction to my page. So that's great. And I'm happy in my song. And I think eventually also the haters realized that they like the song too, because it was so funny. There was people saying, oh, plagiarism. And then they turned their opinions to saying, actually, the song is not even that similar. Or they started saying, oh, actually, I really like this. I'm starting to like this song. And then I was like, hey, come here, join the club. So it was pretty funny.
So the performance which we saw in Luxembourg Song Contest is quite ESC ready already. Do you plan to change something, or it will be direct copy from what we saw at Luxembourg Song Contest?
No, it will definitely be elevated. First of all, because the stage will be bigger, but also because I think now we can fully focus on working on my stage staging and also my outfit. So we will be inspired by it, but we're going to put a little twist to it, a little elevated twist. Yeah.
Can we expect a music video to the song?
I can't really say much.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know, maybe.
Okay, so I don't know if you can say this, but I will ask, and maybe you will say the same as there. So since Luxembourg returned to Eurovision, it's always preparing a special version of the song. Tali did acoustic version, Laura did electropop version. Do you plan to do some special version for us?
Yes, I do actually. We shot it last week, and I can say that I decided for this version to kind of mix my two cultures together. So I was born and raised in Luxembourg, but my parents are Slovenian. And so I said, how do I mix my two cultures? And so we went into Luxembourgish nature, very beautiful Luxembourgish theater that used to be a wheel factory, which is where we recorded the version with Luxembourgish musicians. But the style of the song is going to be a Balkan folk version.
Wow.
So... yeah, I'm really excited for people to hear this. I think
I can't wait.
The Slavic people will also like it a little bit. I hope.
Yeah, I love Balkan like folk, so I can't wait for it.
Amazing.
So before we started the interview, you mentioned that you know a couple of words in Polish. Can you say which are these?
So I know dziękuję, which is thank you, right? And then wszystko w porządku.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Wszystko w porządku, yeah.
Wszystko w porządku, tak. Bardzo dobrze. Ojciec, siostra. It's like the most basic words. And then do you also say dobry den? Dobry den?
Dzień dobry, yeah.
Oh, you say dzień dobry. Sorry, I mixed it up with
Czech.
With another, with Czech. But no, you say dzień dobry, yeah?
Yeah.
And I think that's the ones that I remember now. But I actually understand quite a bit.
Wow.
Because my mom used to study in Poland, and so I've been to quite a few Polish weddings because a lot of her family friends are from Poland. And so I've been to a few of your weddings, and you guys go crazy. There's a lot of vodka, and I love that. I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, not the vodka, but it's crazy, and that's what I love, that it's a crazy wedding. And people are dancing, and I love your vibe, really. It's super cool.
Yeah.
Especially because I understand a bit, yeah.
Bardzo dobrze, yeah.
Bardzo dobrze, tak.
So, for the end, do you have any favorite Luxembourgish Eurovision entry of all the time?
Ooh, I think... From the last 3 years, or from the past, or both?
All the years when Luxembourg participated.
I think it's hard to choose a favorite because also well, now it was Tali and Laura, and they both had their own different genres. Both had great songs, but I think I'm gonna have to go with the obvious one from France Gall, Poupée de cire, poupée de son, which was, you know, such a classic, and I love that one very much.
Yeah, that's great. So that was all. Thank you so much for your time and for this interview. Good luck in Vienna. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you, and it was lovely to meet you.